Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel where there's only fun decoding and no financial advice. Oh yeah, about to hang out now, baby. Just on here to see what the fuck is good. What is good? What is good? Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Janssen, I can't believe that they're blocking out strippers. Get out of here. Fucking YouTube. Yachts and strippers, baby. Yachts and strippers. Can't wait to walk the plank, baby. Can't wait to walk the plank. Let's go, baby. XPR 200. 200. So, what's up, guys? What's going on? I pumped myself up. What's good, baby? So now that we're not on the other video, I just watched Crypto Mason just do a video on XPR. I know he didn't just say that he's the only one out here talking about XPR. That boy gotta check himself. He's watching his videos and he's over here. He's see, instead of looking and being like, oh, maybe there's a possibility, he just stone cold was like, nah, XPR ain't doing that. The government ain't going on Metallicus. Nobody is fucking going on to their blockchain. Crypto Mason, you probably ain't watching this, but I'm sure somebody's going to run back to you and tell you, you out of your goddamn mind, boy. You out of your goddamn mind. You out here yapping about that XPR ain't going to do shit. You ain't going to get the government on there? My man, do you know who's in office? Do you know who's the president? Better sit your little ass down, because you might just get your jaw dropped. I don't mean like that. I just mean like by surprise, and you're going to be like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. You know? And then he had, no, he's funny though. He's a little funny. Somebody, I think Tony Papa, I think. Tony Papa, something like that, replayed one of his videos, and he did his own little, he added his own little flavor to it, which was pretty funny. Oh, man. Well, listen, at least, you know, some of these XRPOGs are getting on the bandwagon now. Oh, that's what he said. He was saying now Echo or something was like roasting him, and they said, oh yeah, like he knows how to deep dive. He couldn't even find, bro, you had one little fucking line that just said XPR, yes, I know about XPR, it's a gem. That's all you fucking had. Show me videos that you were speaking about this, acting like it wasn't, you know, that it's not hard to find your little ass comment from 2023. Because you mentioned it doesn't mean that you were down with it or you were talking about it. Like I said, anyway. I just found that fucking shit funny to me. What I really found funny is that he was like, oh, why am I the only one speaking about XPR? I said, my boy, people's been speaking about XPR since 22, maybe 21. World adoption, that's for real, for real. Oh, you never heard of him? I heard of him when I was into XRP in the beginning in like 2020. When I was in heavy like that and I was getting all the news and all that other shit. I actually tried to reach out. He never even answered me. But it's all good. I'm glad he didn't answer me anyway. See, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You know, you reach out to some people, they don't hit you back. It's because most likely their information wasn't going to be on point at the time when I was trying to reach out to him. But listen, it's all good. Anyway, glad that the XRP OGs are actually popping up. So we'll see. The guy Zach right there keeps laughing at XPR calling in a meme coin. Yeah, well, you know what? Zach is whack. I already said that shit. Like I said, if you're an OG guy and you looked into XPR and you talking shit about XPR, you are a fucking clown. You are a fucking clown. All right? Like I said, if you know all about XRP and then you deep dive or looked into XPR and then you try to come out here and still talk shit about XPR, you ain't no motherfucking deep diver. You a fucking clown. I'll keep it like that. Clowns are cute, right? You got a little makeup on and shit. Clowns are cute. So, you won't use any other words, but definitely a fucking clown circus out there. And yet, some of these people will say that XPR ain't shit. But then you call yourself a fucking researcher and a deep diver. Get the fuck out of here. Because if you were a true deep diver, a true decoder, a true chosen one that can pick up between the lines, between the bullshit, the movies, the TV shows, the commercials, music, fucking music videos, everything, you'll be able to see through the bullshit. But, you know, like I said, most of these people got Discords, they got fucking Telegrams, they got all types of shit. And they need people to be on board. They need people to be curious on what they're saying so they can get people to come on and pay their way for their memberships. And sometimes you get restricted on speaking about certain things. Even if you don't even believe it, you just know that other people believe in it. So you'll keep talking about it and leading them that way because you want motherfucking money. See, I was a different story. Again, I wasn't worried about, it would have been beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It would have been beautiful if my channel was monetized and I was able to get money off it, but I don't. And like I said, deep diving, this and that. I looked at this coin XPR and I was like, yo, this XPR coin could be could be the one that they switch it up on us. Now, I'm not going to say that right now that XRP is garbage can. I said it before, but looking at it now, we have to understand also, look at all the tokens on the WebAuth wallet, right? Anything they're wrapping most likely will be a currency, okay? There's only one thing that I heard Crypto Maze, and I mentioned this before, but he broke it down recently, and he was talking about the letter X, and we had spoken about how the X doesn't anchor you to a country. So basically you could be like a global type of thing. You go anywhere around the world to be used. So that X is there, right? So he mentions about how all the tokens with the X in front of them, right, are like that currency X symbol thing and not connected to the country. When you go through the WebAuth wallet, right, those tokens are called X tokens when they're wrapped, okay? And if they're called X tokens, then most likely then they're probably going to be currency tokens, okay? Because like they mentioned, you could look it up yourself about how the X symbol, right, is connected to like no countries. So if you notice how Metallicus is the only one when you get wrapped through them that you get an X in front of your symbol. I don't believe that there's any other token. I tried to look and I didn't find any other token that you could get wrapped that will leave an X in front of your ticker. So that being said, I believe that whatever is going to float on the WebAuth wallet is going to be the ones that are going to be accepted for currency. And as we've seen before, and see, this is fucked up because all my stuff is on this phone and I have nothing on that phone. I wanted to have maybe, I don't want to mess that up. I know, like, we know Bitcoin is wrapped there. We know XRP is wrapped on there. XLM. Quant. I believe Algorand, if I'm not mistaken. But you kind of get the picture. So, like I said, since Metallicus was ahead of the game before anybody else to be straight up compliant and ready to use, anybody that gets wrapped through them most likely will have the same privileges as Metallicus, and they'll be able to be used as well too, and as currency. Yes, HBAR, XHBAR. Woo, that's heavy duty, boy. I wish I had that type of cash flow. Let's see. Let me read what you guys were talking about. What up? Make sure you got a bag of Terra Luna Classic. I believe I do. XPR Loan and ZBCN Network. This ain't no 40, bro. This is water. Mountain water. Sparkling water. In glass. Kraken. All right. Terra Luna, you can buy on Kraken, they said. Please tell us about the Phoenix Rising date. My date was 2/17. The Phoenix horse. The Chinese New Year. The horse of the Chinese New Year. We were breaking down in other videos about RL, right? Ralph Lauren. How Ralph Lauren Funny came out in 1967. That's the founder of the company. And we were talking about all this year. They were talking about 6, 7, 6, 7. I mean, I don't know what this means, but I don't know why I keep doing that when I say it. But, and then I was showing you some, I think, oh man, I don't want to lose this. 6, 7. Now, you know what? I'm going to lose this video. Well, listen, I said it in the other video. But what I want to do is I want to play this video for you. Let me read these comments first, and then I want to play this video. People are saying 1/6. Well, you know what? I was just going to say that I was just listening to something on the radio. Oh, man, what did they say? They said something, and the date, the 16th, kicked in my head. Something about football. And when is the 16th anyway? What's today? Let me see something. The 16th is on a Friday. Do you have any holidays coming up? There is one holiday this month. I think it's on a Monday, whatever holiday pops up. Martin Luther King, I think. Is it Monday? Not too sure. Anyway, that's on a Friday. But 1/16 is very cool. This because, you know, 1/16 adds up to my date 2/17. And I'll show you why. So you see the 1/16, right? The 1/16, it could be 2/6, right? 2/6. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. 2/6/7. No, not what I was kind of thinking of. But the 1/16 date, that is the opposite of 6/11 is when FIFA kicks off. Remember that, the freaking trophy, the atom sign, they opened it up, 3 clicks, blah, blah, blah. So that's the reversal. Is from 6/11, we're going to get 1/16. So that date will be very interesting to see. That's next Friday. Next Friday. And you know what's crazy about that date as well, too? That is the end of the wild card weekend, right? I think is that wild card week? No, I think that's the weekend before. But there's a silver consolidation or something that goes on where the banks and everything are meeting up and they need to figure out which way they're going to move. And I think either the 15th or the 16th was that day that they were talking about. So either way, 116, I could see that being a big date. And who knows, that could be maybe the start of the fucking push, maybe. That could be maybe the start of the bull stampede, maybe. Or crashing. I'm not too sure. We're going to find out. I feel like something major could happen on that day. I'm not too sure what, but we're going to, well, it's only a couple of days away. 9 days away. XDC weirdly doesn't have the extra X. Interesting. You know, I did notice that, and I think, again, where the hell did I read it? If my memory doesn't fail me, I believe it said that XDC might be integrated with everything else. I think I read that somewhere. Again, I can't remember if it was an actual article, if it was actually somebody's opinion. Hi there, Josephine. About to buy 105,000 worth of metal, man. That's crazy money, man. Good for you. If you're able to wrap that purchase up, 105,000 of metal, man, bless you, brother. Some are saying only 9% QNT tokens available left on exchanges. All right. But I'm not into QNT. I'm not saying that it's not going to do anything. I'm not a big holder of it, so I don't care for it. Silver's been good to me and good to you, V-Chain, and good to a lot of other people, baby. Metal blockchain is no joke. For real, for real. Z-Beck, yep, on the game. American Mustang, baby. That's why you get the Ford. That's why maybe Ford, right? Ford Mustang? Yeah, Ford Mustang. Maybe that's why fucking Ford is such, big in there also. Maybe that's why Ford is in there. What up, Mark? I seen you, Mark. You were the last person that hit me on my loans, baby. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I can thank you in person right here. Thank you for that last tip and loan. What up, Scoopy? What up? What up, Wiola? What up, Quattro Sevens? Quattro Sevens, baby. 2 sick presidents, 2-7 Tuesday. Crash and boom, baby. Oh, President's Day. Didn't they say? They said something could happen on a long weekend. They said it. President's Day is the first Monday? So, what price will you sell your silver? To be honest, I think I'm not going to sell until... hopefully I don't have to sell. Hopefully I don't have to sell. But I'll be honest. I think I'm waiting for 4 digits, but I think I'll sell at least 5 to 10 ounces if the bitch hits about $800. That'll kind of, that'll give me a little cover there on some of the money I spent on it. That's a nice little return. If I can get $800, let's just say 5 ounces. If I rocked out 5 ounces, that's like 4 G's. 10 ounces, be 8 G's. It all depends. It all depends. To be honest, I probably don't. I'm not looking to sell it. Because again, it could go up that price, but then what happens if the grid goes down and shit? You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna need the silver. So it's like, I don't think I wanna. Silver is gonna turn over to fucking legal tender, and I won't have to sell it. I'll be able to use it to purchase stuff. So, this is the whole idea. The paper monopoly dollar is losing value every day. So in my mind, for me to hold something that's losing value is not smart. So the idea in my mind is like to take this paper money that's losing value and purchase an asset that grows in value. So like me taking all my, and I tried to tell my, I was talking to my boy yesterday and I was trying to tell him like, yo, bro, why are you holding on to the paper money? He's working a doorman. He got a bunch of tips. You know what I'm saying? He said he got like 6 G's. And I'm like, bro, take at least half of that money and turn it to silver. Well, you don't understand how many excuses like he was like trying to give me. It got to a point where like he lied. He was like, oh yeah, somebody's texting me, bro. Let me go. Like he didn't want to even hear what I had to say. And which is crazy is because he's like one of my closest friends. You know what I mean? And it's like 2026, like I said, I don't give a shit. You're my brother, my sister, my mother, my father. Like, if we ain't fucking clicking, if we are looking 2 different ways, if we're not on the same, at least, wavelength, like, I gotta stop fucking with yous. Dead ass. I gotta stop fucking with yous. I gotta disconnect myself from that type of frequencies. People that just don't believe in what I'm saying or just don't believe in nothing. People that just want to fucking stay. I was like, bro, like you have an opportunity to take money and take your paper money and convert it over and hopefully maybe you don't have to work anymore. This guy complains about working all the fucking time. And I try to tell him, I was like, bro, this is probably once in a lifetime opportunity we have in front of us that we might not ever see again. And I'm just saying it's $3,000. And this is just like tip money. It's not like something I'm telling him to go into his emergency fucking funds and rip money out. Bro, this is extra money you got. You know what he tells me? I'm going to pay off my credit cards. I said, bro, in the time that we're in right now, 2026, you're worried about debt? You're worried about credit cards? I'm like, you're not buying a fucking house. You're not buying a new car. The fuck you worried about your credit? He's got an 810 credit. He's like, nah, bro, I got 810. But I'm like, what's good is the credit if you're not going to use it? And supposedly, from what I hear, that credit score, it's not going to matter. What's going to matter is what assets you hold. That's how you're going to be looking valuable, not by your credit score. So I try to tell him, like, bro, get some silver, get copper if you don't want to spend that much. You're over here talking about you want to get another car. Like, the car that you got, there's nothing wrong with it. Because you like something, you want to throw out fucking 6 G's? I'm like, holy moly. Anyway, so it's just like, it's people are just not getting connected anymore. They are extremely happy working and they don't give a fuck about anything else. And I'm like, you don't see the fucking writing on the wall? AI is coming and taking a lot of jobs. I'm like, sooner or later, the fucking commercial real estate is going to probably start tanking because AI is all automated. They don't need to fill in offices and desks and cubicles. So they're not going to need that many buildings. Anyway, this is the shit that I deal with around me. And it's just like, I just got to disconnect. Sometimes I just got to disconnect. Is where we're going. On strict orders to give you. It's going to be beautiful, but again, you have to spend money and buy an asset to position yourself for the fucking tidal wave when it comes in, the tsunami. Because if you ain't holding no assets, you ain't making no motherfucking money. And I just feel bad because what these guys think that I don't got fucking heavy money that I invested that I'm gonna be fucking a trillionaire and then I'm gonna come back to the hood and fucking scoop everybody up, bro. This is not like one of those times. I'm telling you, like, we ain't on the same frequency anymore. So, like, why would I go and spend money and scoop all you motherfuckers up that still doubt me and then take you with me? Why would I do that? You want to think I'm a scumbag? Yo, you can think whatever you want while I'm fucking 25,000 miles away on a fucking yacht party, chilling with the motherfuckers from XPR Party, baby. We're gonna be fucking beep, 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 beep. And they're going to be like that with the telescope, like Bearable Guy from the shit. Hey, lads, I see the chicks. The strippers are coming. They're on the jet skis. They're coming in fast, baby. 13 of them. Yeah, baby. Listen, man, I don't even care anymore, bro. It's 2026, bro. I try to tell everybody on Facebook, they're all laughing at me, talking shit, fucking whatever, unfriending me, blocking me. I'm like, suck it, baby, because I'm not from around here, I tell them. It's like the kid that used to go to school with ain't that same motherfucking kid. That kid that used to spit fucking spitballs. Remember spitballs when you used to fucking chew up the little paper and the straw? I'm like, right in the back of the heads. Yeah, I was a bad kid. But, you know, things change. Everything fucking changes. Let me see what you guys are saying on here. Woo, man, my boy just got me tight. Oh, man, just thinking about that conversation. And that conversation was last night. I'm like, this guy really hung up on me? I was in the middle of telling him this is a lifetime opportunity, and this motherfucker cut me off and told me he got to go. Oh, man. Oh, Congress is meeting on the 15th. Let's fucking go. A month before horse year. Oh, EOS, right? Is it X-EOS? I don't know if EOS had its own or if it was X-EOS, because XPR, I think, was forked from EOS. So, that I'm a little rusty on. I'm not too sure. There's an X there. Am I going to bring that mankini on the yacht? Yo, you know, I might. I'm just afraid that my baby grape nuts might fall out. And then you guys start roasting me on the boat. And then I'm going to have to sink myself. Actually, you know me, I don't give a fuck, bro. You looking at my fucking baby grape nuts, then that's on you, boy. Ain't going to stop me from making a cannonball and splashing. How much silver do I got? Hopefully I got enough. Those are the things you never let out. Now, I only got a few ounces anyway. I wish I had triple digits, but I got only 2 digits. Like I said, man, I just got a lot of knowledge, I believe, in my brain. Just don't got a lot of funds in the pocket. But it's all good. Keep putting out what I feel and frequency, and hopefully I make other people happy, and hopefully what we say on here resonates with everybody, and everybody's on board. They got their own bags, and shit blows up. You know what? I totally forgot about HYMC. Now that you said that, I totally forgot about that shit. That was a while ago. But you live and you learn. It's all good. I got XPR and loan. AI will destroy a lot of lives. Yeah, it's gonna, you know what? It's gonna destroy a lot of lives, but it's also gonna help a lot of lives as well, too. It's gonna destroy a lot of jobs. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna destroy a lot of job sectors. But yet, if you know how to navigate, you can use AI to your advantage and help you with a job. What up, Proton Rick? I'm locked and loaded with the Metalis tokens, baby. Copper's physical assets. That's right. Copper's on the rise, too. I keep going to eBay, and I try to go. Somebody was asking me, you know, APMEX is usually where I buy my silver from. They're very expensive with the copper side. So you can still, right now, there's still some people, you can go on eBay and get some copper for cheap. You can get like a 20 coin, whatever you want to call it, a roll, for like $40 still, for like $2 a coin on some eBays. Now again, you don't have to do your own research. Check out the sellers. You know, make sure the seller has over 10,000 transactions, obviously. Make sure you read through the reviews. No one's stating that, you know, they got some type of fraudulent token, or, you know, or the copper is fake, or whatever the case is. Me, I just try to go with the flow, and I bought my copper off of eBay. So, some good prices. Ooh, yeah. Marshall Cleary said that first trillion would flow into Metallica's ecosystem. That's it. Yeah, listen, I believe in Marshall. I don't think he's a shit talker. And, if he is, then that's on me. But from what he speaks on, I don't know. The frequency that I get off of him, it tells me that he's a legitimate person. This is why I'm like going fucking heavy into XPR and the Metallica's tokens. Heavy duty. Yeah, Proton Rick. Yeah, no, he's just somebody that's close. He's almost like a brother to me, Somebody that's close friend. Just mind boggles me. Like, it's not the first conversation I had, you know what I mean? Like, this was like time that I knew he was gonna get some money. I called him. I was like, yo, what's up? You did good? Christmas time, because Christmas time, he's a doorman, so they go around and they get tips and shit from the people that live in the building. Man said he made like 7. I was like, yo, you made 7, bro. I'll take fucking at least 3 of that shit and throw it. And then, whatever, man. He was just trying to find every excuse. Like, listen, if the guy wants to fucking clear his fucking credit card and not buy silver, then you know what? All powers to him. He's even got a kid and all that other shit. Like, I try to help everybody. It's just like, I think people just love the Matrix. I think they just love the fucking Matrix. Lance is in the building. Joy is in the building. Did I ever heard of Sogundus? No, I never heard of it, and I can't even pronounce it. Sure. Stay hydrated, baby, with that liquidity. I mean, Mr. Van Lance, you want to look at it like that? You can look at it like that. But today is $17. Today is $17. I'm not forcing anybody to pay. Well, he didn't hang up on me in like mid-conversation. He was just like, yo, my wife is calling me. I gotta go. Let me take this call. And I knew that he wasn't getting no call. I could be wrong, but being that he didn't call me back, it just told me that he just didn't want to hear about it. And like I said, it's all good. Yeah, we're just kidding on here. We're just playing games. We're just talking shit. It's just weird. Look. It's like a portal. Why it keeps doing that? See, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like there's like a white spot right in the sky right there. And I'm just staring at it. It's like a fucking light that's coming out from nowhere. That's weird. That's just weird. Weird. 400,000 XPR is more than enough for generational wealth. You heard that? Just remember also, you can take it and stake it in the wallet and make money in the wallet while you sleep. While you sleep and you wake up to money. That's XPR wallet, baby. The next price target. Whew. When you say next price target, you mean like the first pump and then it stays like that for a couple of hours or a day or two? I mean, I don't know. I truly think that they're going to plug this bitch in simultaneously with all these credit unions, and the shit is going to go from like probably a penny up to dollars, I think. Vids, man, I don't know. You know what? I might be stretching it, but from where it's at now, I don't know. I don't know. $0.50, $1. Like I said, I think that this whole thing is just going to get plugged in simultaneously. And then it's just going to fucking rocket. I don't think we're going to step up. I think we're just going to shoot straight up. That's just my opinion. So this thing could be low, and then all of a sudden you see like fucking half a penny, and then before you know it, it's $3. Then before you know it, it's $17, $13. I can see $13. Like on the bull run, like how XRP had it, I think, I don't know, from what I heard, I think it was at 0.006, and then it shot all the way up to like $3.85. I think wherever it's sitting at, like half a penny around that area, I think we're going to go. The numbers I see is either $8 or $13 on the low end. But we'll see. But we shall see. All I know is when fucking XPR is ready to rip, it's going to fucking rip. That's what I do know. The next level of support, then I would just say fucking all-time highs, like around 10 cents at that point then. But we're gonna find out soon. We're gonna find out soon. We got literally like 40 days away, something like that. We're like 40 days away from the horse year, baby. Yes, next support, $10. What's up with the Greenland? Well, Greenland is going to be part of, that's what Trump is going for. Trump is going for pretty much all of South America, some of the Caribbean. I don't know how much of the Caribbean. I know Haiti, DR, Colombia, Cuba, Argentina, Brazil, Panama, Costa Rica, Panama Canal, Mexico, Canada. They're all going to be somehow, some way scooped into a label called the Americans. They're all going to get relabeled. So if you didn't know, there was a president that put in, I think it was called the Monroe Doctrine. And it had something to do with the Western and the Eastern hemispheres. And if you go look into it, it basically says like how, I didn't really read it, but from my understanding, that nobody on the Western hemisphere can put any type of like military items or bases or like that from the Eastern hemisphere. My better thing is to just Google Monroe Doctrine and read it for yourself so you can better understand it. So in that note, if you listen to some of Trump's speeches, he'll say, you know, a lot of the presidents forgot about the Monroe Doctrine, but he says, I did not forget. Okay? You got to understand, too, there's a lot of things that's been saying about they ain't going to be, this was the last vote. He was going to be the last president. I don't know what all this means, but, you know, obviously they keep saying it, so something is brewing. Something is brewing. What else did they say too? Something about you don't have to vote. I forgot. There was like two other things that they said. Remember also, he had mentioned about how China had the Panama Canal, how like that ain't happening. He's like, see how it's the Eastern Hemisphere got control of some of the stuff on the Western. So this is why Trump had mentioned Panama Canal and people were laughing at him. He already took the name for the Gulf of Mexico, made it to the Gulf of Americas. This is why, like I said, never before has happened where we had the World Cup playing in 3 different countries. And it happened to be Mexico, Canada, and America. So they're trying to show you like how 3 of them are already in cahoots. Then most likely they'll be turned into the Americas. And he keeps mentioning world peace, world peace. Now think like this. If Trump is taking out all the presidents from all these countries in the South America, on the Western Hemisphere, Canada, Mexico, all these other places, and he turns them into the Americas. Okay, that's why he was talking about making Canada the 51 state. Now I think they're going to try to say now Venezuela is going to be the 51 state. Then maybe Mexico and Canada 52, 53, and then I guess wherever else they're going to go on this Western Hemisphere and take out the leader, they're going to be included with the states. If you even deep dive, you'll figure out that the states are not even states, they're their own country. Every 50 states had its own flag. So it gets deep. Like I said, you're going to have to deep dive. That's a whole other video that I'm just not going to get into because this don't make sense for me to. I'm not getting monetized, and it's really nothing for you to like help you out with anything else. But if you really want to look into it for yourself and educate yourself, then yeah, look at the Monroe Doctrine. You'll see how the whole Western is pretty much controlled on one side, and that's what Trump is doing. It's going to be a lot of shit that we never seen before happen, especially in 2026. But why? Is because that's how it was supposed to be. And people have been manipulating and abusing the system. And somebody's coming in and grabbing control of everything else and putting everything straight, in my opinion. To the left in yellow is the black horse. Babylon will fall in 1 hour. That's what will go down soon. Okay, all corporations will fail. Corporate law will all fail. It's not actual law, it's policies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is why all of a sudden, like big constitution and all that other stuff is being spoken to heavily and a lot. It's because this is why Mr. 47 is trying to do. He's trying to bring back the Constitution and all the rights and the rules. I don't know how true it is, but I even seen something about Trump signing something about stating you won't even need a license to drive anymore. So you're free to travel unless you're actually maybe at work. So interesting times, interesting times. Again, it's so tricky now because we have AI and shit and people make a video. So I'm just saying what I heard, not too sure if it was true or not. Texas will be a huge country. Yes, it will be. It already is, size-wise. People acting up outside. I'm ready for all the change, baby. I was born ready. If it's corporation policy, it won't stand. Yep. You can't have policies that overwrite constitutional law. Just can't have it. But yet, most of us don't know any better, and we let these people that are above us, let them abuse us and fucking drain money out of us. Yes, Proton Rig. My man Proton Rig, he came out of his house with a purple bag sitting outside with a white horse a while ago, before even this white horse thing came about. Man, we tapped in. Could the hook XRP on the decodes be the XPR currency? You didn't need a license for anything in America. Facts. Yes, you didn't need. That's just privileges. That's needing a license is just basically saying that you're giving your rights away. That's it. And you want a privilege instead of a right. Oh man.
Only a little bit of.
Oh shit, that's a heavy dream. A white horse with two innocent kids. How you know they were innocent? How you know they ain't playing tricks on you? You know what? I'm gonna do decode on the hook. I seen somebody else posted. Somebody decode, I think Firebird or something. He showed the picture. I think Bearable Guy posted a picture. And then they had that hook. And everybody's worrying about that hook. Remember in the Bearable Guy riddle with the castle? And it had that flag on top and it said with the X, but then RP was in a different font. And if you seen the X, it had a little hook in it. Did you see the shield that they call Brad Garlinghouse was holding, and it had the hooked X on there. I bet you most people don't know what it is, but Bully Bear knows what it is. I deep dived actually last night on it. I seen that post. I didn't say anything on the post, but I seen it. And then I started looking. And then I found my answer. Matter of fact, my next video will be on the hook. On the X hook. There you go, Mr. Muslim. Giving me content. Anything more you can share? Claude vids about your dream? Or is just a white horse with 2 kids? And then what happens? Somebody pinched you and you woke up? Alarm clock rang? The highest law is unalienable rights. God's law before 1776. You had me deep diving again tonight. I'm a little worried about Metallica's. Have you ever seen the Texas leaked from Marshall talking about how he can take users' funds and the financial trouble they were in? Let me read this again. Have you ever read the Texas leaked from Marshall's talking about how he can take users' funds and the financial trouble they were in? I cannot say that I've seen any Texas leaked like that. I cannot say that. I have no idea if there were any Texas leaked like that. But JD, I don't know. That could be a possibility. I'm not going to lie. That could be a possibility. But like I said, from all the deep diving I've been doing and looking between the lines and all that, I truly believe that Metallica is one of the true winners in this crypto space. And if I'm fucking wrong, then I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, I can say to myself, you know what? I did the homework. I did the research. I believed in that from what I seen, not because of listening to other influencers on, YouTube or wherever else. I can truly say that, no, I experienced this decode. I sat here and seen the colors, seen the symbolism, seen the names pop up here and there. And because of that, because I felt like I can see Metallica's through other decodes, I felt that they were the one for me. They were the best fit for what I was seeing in my eyes. And again, like I said, I'm not no master. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm not a wizard. Because, put it like this, I had a heavy bag of XRP, which I don't have anymore. Because I believe that XPR was the one. So it is what it is. I will take the hit. If it's not XPR or their coins, then so be it. But I got my silver on the side, and hopefully that carries me through. I really feel that silver can hit 5,000 or better, because I really think that silver is the true king. I think it's more valuable than gold. So if gold is showing $4,500, then I believe that silver can get there too, or higher. That's what I believe. So I'm looking for $1,000 fucking price on silver. Then I'll fucking go cash in a few, enjoy this fucking fake ass monopoly money for a little bit until they fully fucking turn everything over to digital. That's what I'll do. I mean, in reality, it's still fucking digital. I'm going to take the money, I'm going to sell it, then basically I'm going to just fucking throw in the credit card and spend the credit card again. That's all digital money anyway. So, same fucking loop. To be honest, maybe I'll sell 10% of my holdings when we get to like either between 8 and 1,000, depending on how fast it's moving up. I'll sell 10%. Just so I can enjoy a little bit and pay off some of the money that I took out. But I'm not worried at all about Metallica, that's for sure. I am not worried. But I mean, if you've seen something, then, you've seen something. And that's something that you're going to have to choose to do with that information. The XPR currency sign on the web auth. That's the chi too. That's the chi sign. Haha, they could have, but one kid was a girl and one a boy, and they looked like they were happy to see me and follow the horse. They smiled and were playful and laughing. Well, that's always a good dream. People laughing and horses and being playful. What is a good price for copper coin online? I mean, if you could get it for $2, that's a great price. You know what I mean? I would try to get it for at least something under $5, $4 for copper. You know? Maybe wait for a little pullback. I'm not too sure, but these fucking metals are running. Joy, you can go to the currency. If you have a WebAuth wallet, you could go into the currency and then you just press XPR and you'll see the symbol. You can see the symbols right next to the currencies. I think Ethereum has a currency symbol, Bitcoin has a currency symbol, and XPR has its own currency symbol. Yeah, Wolfman has the right to travel. Have you heard about the price of silver going way up? Yeah, that's why I've been talking about it. That's why I've been screaming about it for quite a while now. If I'm not mistaken, I think I might have been screaming about this shit when it was like $24. I've been saying this shit, I think, at $24. And then, like I said, when I started looking at it, you know what I mean? Like gold and silver, gold and silver. That's all you see when you hear precious metals, gold and silver. Like, to me, that's like Ferrari and Kia. Like, why the fuck would I go to an exotic, precious metals, an exotic metal type of exchange, and you trying to sell me silver that was like $12 at the time, 13, 15 bucks. Like, but yet gold is over here screaming at $4,500. And remember, gold at one time was half the price of platinum. Palladium? Platinum. I think platinum. I think gold was half the price of platinum at one time. And now look at the price. It's almost 4 times the amount of platinum. So I'm just saying, anything can happen in this fucking field. Anything can happen. And I truly think that silver could reach gold's all-time high as of today. I think it could reach over 4,500. Okay? If you understand the necessity of it, how important it is for the industries, all the different sectors, and how important it is for the body, as well as copper for the body. Okay? And like I said this before, even Aston said it, we talked about the surfer, right? Even I was saying that. You never heard of the gold surfer, you heard of a silver surfer, never the gold. And when you look in the Marvels and you go look at the silver surfer, you can see how he's one of the most powerful entities in the universe. Not on the planet, in the universe. All right? Go back to the biblical times, like I said before. Jesus got betrayed for silver, not gold. Silver has been here before gold. It's probably the first metal that's been here. This is why it would be perfectly make sense that metal, that XPR is connected to silver. Because they're both 1 and 1. That makes 11. Stranger Things. I used to be in crypto and I got screwed over in 2022. Sorry about that, Cosmos. Sorry about that. I'll say this affirmation, Cosmos. May all the crypto that I misplace find me in 2026. Okay? Repeat that. Reprogram that shit. Don't let that be your fucking program right there. All right, Cosmo G? Say, anybody on here, matter of fact, if you had some crypto tokens and for whatever reason they're gone and you don't have them anymore, however it happened, however it happened, sold, hacked, whatever, tell yourself 15 times at night, 15 times during the day, 15 times when you wake up, all the crypto that I misplaced will find me in 2026. All right? What can happen? It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. But you got to believe that it's coming for you. You got to believe that it's there. It's all been there. See, Marshall is heavily against scams. He's always talking about scams. I don't think Marshall is about that. Yeah, it's another thing too. He would really look like a fucking jerk off. Excuse my language, but he would look like the ultimate crypto CEO jerk off, scammer, rug puller, you know? Because the way he talks, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's always talking about how other people are scamming and how other people are not doing the right thing and how he's all set up to be the right way. So now when it comes down for showtime and you can't put up, like, come on, they're going to be fucking taking the bottles and cracking you over the head. So I think Marshall is speaking some truth there. Like I said, it is what it is. If it is a scam, then Bully Bear is okay with it, and I go down with it. But I truly believe that the codes lead me to Metallicus. Here in Australia, Metallicus colors is everywhere in commercials, ads. They literally are everywhere. They are all the money. What up, G? Go he. I don't even just believe it's Metallicus. I know. Just from what I've seen, I didn't become a decoder for fun. It forced me to report what I see. That's right. Oh, Brandon Joe Williams, bro. That motherfucker is, he's on money. He's on the money. Mr. Valance is tapped in. I know that guy. I know that guy. Was that stupid fuck guy, something like that? I know Brandon Joe. Good teaching you too. Write it down, please. He's got a YouTube. I usually catch him on, I think, Facebook or IG. That's the guy that talks about your identity and all that other shit too, right? Brandon Joe Williams, if I'm not mistaken. I'm over here saying that I think I know him. I might be talking about the wrong guy. The new ATM machines has a big X on it. Yep. I heard chatter about a big bang going down, but there's nothing on the news. Of course there'll be nothing on the news. Maybe JP Morgan, because I heard they were 117 billion ounces short. 117 billion ounces short. Yeah, I can see something going down. That's what I heard. Guys, look at Ondu Summit 2026. Scroll down to the partners. All right. Vids is saying, look at Ondu Summit 2026. Scroll down to the bottom and look at the partners. Gooey. Bad Wolf Unincorporated teaches rights to travel and more writing down. Bad Wolf Unincorporated. All right. I'll have that guy. All right, down here. All right. BlackRock, Ripple, Citibank, AWS, MasterCard, Wisdom Tree, Forbes, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Palantir, Wellington Management, Ondu Summit 2026. Let's go. Did you hear about fucking BlackRock and Trump saying he's throwing an investigation? Oh, no, on the Soros team? I heard some chat about the Soros team and them buying up the houses, and my man Fist of 47 was like, I'm putting out an investigation. What's going on with this guy? Plum Network, I heard that before. Plum Network. My man Don was saying that too. In Spanish, they always ask if you have the plata. You got that plata? Oh, stuck in the FTX bankruptcy. All right, well, that will probably get back to you. Cosmo, yes, my boyfriend works for JP, but he hasn't said anything. Yeah, the workers ain't going to know neither. I had a homegirl and stuff that used to walk her dog when I was working nights, right? She would, I would walk dogs during the day or whatever. And I forgot what bank she worked in. Might have been Citibank. Either way, whatever bank she was working in, I kept asking her. I'm like, yo, what's up with crypto? And she was like, yo, at the point where they were even telling her that she wasn't even allowed to purchase crypto. How about that? She wasn't even allowed to purchase, and if she was, she had to get like permission or something. I'm like, what? I'm gonna let a motherfucking another job tell me what I can purchase and what I can't? No, 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 no. I would have left that job just on the basis of I can't buy crypto. Yeah, I don't think your boyfriend's gonna find out anything. But again, I don't know. I could be wrong because supposedly JP Morgan was telling their clientele to sell their positions on silver. So, I don't know. We got a mishmash of information. Hopefully you and your boyfriend are ready for the big, big tsunami coming. Flare will be massive. Some serious stuff is being built on it. All right. I know XRP is supposed to be connected to that. Man said I had a funny feeling to check my seed phrase on my decent hardware wallet. It turns out it was the wrong seed phrase, so he switched them over. He moved them over. Good thing. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're not financial people. We're both tech people, so he wouldn't know. I don't think even the tech people would know. From my understanding, like, that information is kept away from the employees and stuff, unless like you're like one of the CEOs or vice president or something like that. Then you kind of know the source, you know, because they don't want to panic sell. They don't want that to happen. This is why they don't tell people in the jobs basically what's happening. They just figure out on the day probably like, oh shit, this happened. Oh, today we implied this. So, you know, whatever the case is. What's the word with new Titan? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe he just got smart and was just like, fuck that. That's it. He put out enough information and he probably, you know, he's got a bunch of shit going on by his house. You know, he's got a farm. He's got shit that he's growing. He's got a harvest that he's doing out there. I think he's making grapes and stuff. I don't know, but the man's got a lot of things going on out there. So he probably just smartened up, was like, you know what, that's it. I'm just going to lay back and prepare. Something I should probably be doing. You know, because like he says sometimes, you know, let's just say if we are catching on, right? And let's say I did pick the right dates or whatever. All this stuff, all these videos are being stored and filtered through, you know, AI shit. And when certain things are said or certain dates are said, if enough people got wind of it, they can always change the date. They can always move the flagpole, you know? That's why I laugh. I'll say a few dates or whatever, and then some people try to come and roast me and abuse me. Like, oh, yeah, bro, it's been there in the past. But I'm like, I could just be way ahead of myself. But listen, it's all good. We're going to, like I said, I could only share on what I feel, and then I try to show you receipts on why I felt those dates could be good. And we just take it from there. But to be honest, February is not a time that I would feel like a pump would happen. And we were all waiting for November to fucking explode. And being that February is the number 2, and 2 breaks down to 1-1, and we know that 1-1 equals November, it can easily maybe be February. Also understand that the Phoenix is connected to February, and the color purple is connected to February. See, this is what I didn't want to happen. I should have just fucking played the video. This thing always resets the fucking videos on me, and now I'm upset. Damn, man. Did I? Oh, man. Let me see if I move this video somewhere. Hold on a second. Trying to see if I can find this video. Damn, I didn't save it. Shit, man, that was a fucking gem. It was really about like how to tap into your fucking frequency.
Programmed you to simulate. And
I'm here reading all of UCC3.
There it is, Brandon Joe.
Again and again and again. If I have to go through this 100 times, thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times, that's okay. And I don't see, I mean, we're talking about infinite money here. I don't see why everyone's in such a fucking hurry to get infinite money. So, you know, we walk around, we think we know shit about things. We don't. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about, you know, I've got race training on how to race cars and build cars, and it's amazing how much there is in a car. Mind-blowing amount of information and different physics and all this stuff, and suspension, and the four major aspects to an engine, which is
He's wearing a fucking king
induction,
outfit?
compression,
What the fuck
ignition,
is going on?
and exhaust, or whatever. It's amazing. It's amazing, this world, and everything as a professional activity. People don't respect the amount of effort and work, and it can be very enjoyable. That's the thing. And this idea that working and learning to become professional in an area is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the same thing in every other area. You complain because you can't go out and endorse a bill in 5 seconds and, it doesn't work. No, it's because you're fucking retarded. It's because you're literally a fucking infant or person of unsound mind, and you should probably take on a fucking attorney at law, after you go down to the fucking farmer's market, find yourself a nice girth you want, and sit on it, you stupid fuck. There should be more respect for this information. There should be more respect for becoming a professional in any area of life, okay?
You could go follow him or whatever. I don't even know what he's talking about. He just happened to come across my thing.
2026, and it's not astrology. It's because every 60 years, the fire horse...
She says some important shit. Let's see.
2026, it's riding straight into year 10, scroll law. That's a double burn cycle. And if your soul contract isn't sealed, you're getting torched. Give me 60 seconds and I'll break this down for you. The fire horse years aren't cute zodiac trivia.
Can you hear this?
They're war timers in the ancient scrolls. In 1966, the last fire horse year, global governments collapsed, uprisings broke out, and prophetic systems got hijacked. The same fire returns in 2026, but this time it's locked into scroll year 10, the year of divine enforcement. Look, this is not another 9-year cycle. This is what happens after the purge. If you're still looping with dead frequency, it gets deleted automatically. If you don't know your scroll seed by now, comment scroll and get your scan. This is your override key. Look, 2026 is already triggering timelines. DTCC just greenlit blockchain tokenization of real-world assets. Gold and silver are being reinstated as currency in the United States. Fiat trust is collapsing. Artificial intelligence is now mimicking human soul function, and most of you don't even know it. The old reality is gone, and the scroll-coded economy is already online. Look, this is not a soft spiritual awakening. It's a quantum asset seizure, and your soul is the collateral. Comment scroll to decode your seed before your field gets reassigned without your permission. And I don't say that lightly. The fire horse doesn't wait, it burns what is not sealed. This year activates the scroll sovereigns, the flame vault keepers, the divine architects, and deletes false prophets, coaches turned healers, frequency leeches. You either ride this fire or it rides through you. And once the scroll year 10 cycle starts enforcing, there are no second chances. This is why I'm telling you now. Here's what none of your pastors, prophets, or podcast preachers will actually say. The blue flame of Christ is not a healing energy. It's a consuming intelligence. It does not soothe the ego. It incinerates it. It doesn't negotiate with distortion. It executes it. In 2026, the fire horse carries this flame, not the Sunday school version, the one Christ himself threw down when he said, I came to bring fire to the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. Luke 12:49. The blue flame is what activates scroll law enforcement. It doesn't just cleanse you. It reorders you. It repents you without asking. If your scroll is fake, if your gospel is mimic logic, if your altar is still built on performance, the blue flame exposes it in front of everyone.
Blue flame,
no
baby.
filter, no PR team, no spiritual jargon to hide behind. This is the Christ that clears temples with whips. The Christ that resurrects by override, not by permission. The one Babylon never wanted you to meet until it's too late. Like if you've been feeling the pressure, the acceleration, the field intensity, you're not crazy. You are late to the override. In 2026, karma ends. Enforcement begins. This year is not about learning. It's about remembering. It's about reclaiming. It's about
remembering, baby. 2026.
Combustion. The fire horse already galloped through your bloodline. Now it's asking, do you ride it or do you burn? Comment scroll and find out.
Ooh.
They didn't even know what the word matrix was. They tried to...
Damn, man, I can't find that lady. I was hoping to find this lady.
Do you have an M in your palm? If so, you are a natural born leader. The M forms because the headline, lifeline, and heartline all connect.
Non-disclosure form. Give me...
You have to eat your coochie.
Say
What?
care, and it tastes so good. I know that sounds crazy, but no, literally, you have to eat the foods that will increase the health of your cooch. So let's get into these ingredients. The beetroot
This is a
improves
video
the
for
blood
women
flow
right
and
here.
gives you iron.
Foods
The
to eat
limes
to
cleanse the
fucking
liver and
juice
balances
up your
the
coochie.
hormones. Celery with tell me about the 100th monkey effect.
The 100th monkey effect. Hold on, we're gonna listen to this video.
All right,
here.
here's the real deal on the 100th monkey effect. No fluff. It's a concept that came out of a study in the 1950s on Japanese macaques. Researchers noticed that one young monkey on an island started washing sweet potatoes in the sea to clean off the dirt. Over time, more monkeys copied the behavior. Nothing unusual so far, but then, this is where it gets strange. Monkeys on completely separate islands who had no physical contact with the first group started doing the same thing. No boats, no bridges, no trainers teaching them, just spontaneous adoption. This led to the idea that once a critical number of individuals within a species learn or embody something, that knowledge somehow becomes part of a shared collective field, a morphic field that others can tap into. It's not about the literal 100th monkey. That number's symbolic. The point is, once enough beings reach a certain frequency of understanding or behavior, it becomes energetically accessible to others, even across distance. So what does that mean for you? You don't have to wake up the whole world. You just have to hit the threshold. And when enough of you remember, the rest will start remembering too, without knowing why.
XPR, baby. XPR, baby. Yeah, I was hoping I came across that lady's video again. I was just trying to roll through.
Son of a bitch. Did you know that black means white and white means
Just hold on a second.
black once men pale or colorless?
Yeah, this guy he's talking about that black is white and white is black.
Did you know that black means white and white means black? Black once men pale or colorless. As the Old English word black originally referred to a fair person or something.
To get a case removed from state to federal court. You're back now.
Look, it's back. You're not broke because you're backed up and the kidneys aren't filled. You're a bad person. You're broke because you never learned how to see the power. Are you going to tell them?
No. The Mega Cube is by far the
Alrighty,
most
alrighty. I
complex.
won't bother you no more with those videos. I was trying to hope, but I caught that video. I don't know how to look back at videos that I was looking at. There's got to be a way to look at the previous videos. Hold on, people. Hold on, I'm just trying to see if there was a way to go back to look at these videos. Damn, man, that video was a gem. That was like telling you how to tap into fucking your consciousness and all that. I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I just listened to the beginning and I was just like, oh, let me wait. So I even fucked myself because I didn't get to listen. Can I go back in here? Nah, I thought maybe they'd give me like a history of videos that I had watched previously and hoping maybe it would pop up. No, I think I lost it. It's all good. It's all good. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, people. Maybe fucking next time. Yeah, I lost it. This guy, Coach V, too, right? Coach V screaming about XRP was going to fucking hit all-time highs and everything in 2025. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I can't find it. I can't find it. I was hoping I'd come across it. They're just blocking me out again.
Yo, Maduro isn't being arrested. He's being...
Alrighty, anyways. Let me go back over here. A man recycled 12 truck batteries just to get some loan protocol. That's what you call hustler, baby. New Time showed me love on my video. That's what's up. So he's still out here. He's still watching then. Glad he's seen your video, Proton Ricky. We're voting on market structure next week. Hearing on the break of regulatory clarity. What a time to be alive. Yeah, JD. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC will be on Andu Summit. XRP is listed, but they will also fund and also turn to metal and XPR once FTC clarity happens. I believe so. I finally found a decoder that mentioned XPR, and I was surprised to hear it from someone other than you. Proton Rick speaks about XPR. Spaceman 2.0 speaks about XPR. Crypto Liking speaks about XPR. New Titan 888 speaks about XPR. To be honest, that's originally where I heard it from, I believe. Was from New Titan 888 or Royal Purple kept showing me. Got my SHX, XDC, ETC on it. Gonna have a look around for different wallets. Alright. Ethereum Classic, yeah. That's another one I had and I got rid of. But I think you should hold on to a few classic coins. Just, I don't know, just something telling me. Some other creator too finally switched to XPR, and it worries me actually that more people are finding XPR because you know they don't let that happen when too many people are on the train. Well, we shall see. They lied and converted our arms into firearms. Beavis. I have gone X-rated. Eat that what? Yeah, I don't know. This is weird. It's just fucking video about eating coochie food. Eating foods that, I don't know, make your coochie juicy. It would be in history to find videos you gave watch, especially if it's your account. Yeah. What up, Keith Carr? Yeah, so listen, exciting times are coming. We're already on the 7th of January. So we shall see what pops off. This chick does talk about some cool stuff too. Yeah, I'm really upset that I didn't get to play that video. Let's play this one video here. We talk about 369 method and how to attract money in 7 days.
Let's do a money activation experiment. Bookmark this video so you can come back and tell me how much you manifested. All right, so here is the experiment. You're going to say the following statement 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times before you go to sleep at night. 3 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, 9 at night before you go to sleep. Here is what you're going to say. I am so happy and grateful now that money flows to me with ease. I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me with ease. I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me with ease. Let's do a money activation experiment. Bookmark.
So this is what I did learn also. If you're a person that says affirmations, stop using the words I am. And you have to start sounding like more like a caveman and be like me hungry, me find money, not I will, not I am. It's me. You can look that up as well too if you want to deep dive into something and have a look. SPR won't rise until 2028. And yes, Elon will be using metal. Marshall and Elon match perfectly with the Chime zodiacs. Marshall is in his enemy year, 2026, being a horse year in Chinese zodiac. So Sealy E1 says that XPR ain't doing shit until 2028. He goes, Elon will be using metal. Marshall and Elon match perfectly with their chime zodiacs. Marshall is in his enemy year, 2026, being a horse year in Chinese zodiac. So from that guy Numbers, what the fuck that guy is, number 33 or something like that. I forgot what the other guy's name. He always talks about numbers and life path and being in your enemy year. Now again, I did say that 26 and the 29, we did see a lot of crashes. Remember on the 29th of January, was it? Or February, with that big crash that happened with the helicopter and the plane, right? The military shit. And then I think on the 26th or something like that, that bridge, Baltimore Bridge fell down. Like I said, that club in DR collapsed on that Mets player. I think he wore the number 26 or 29. Yeah, the Bible's whack anyway, so I don't know. You can follow the Bible. The Bibles are nothing but a bunch of fucking people's opinions. Nobody never met God in that Bible, but yet they wrote books about a man that they never met. So, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to hurt or offend anybody. We are born 40 weeks before the birthday. Yeah, I guess so, right? You're born, you just haven't been outside. But the day you come outside is your code. It's your code number. So Elon will accept that grant for Marshall, they're saying, in 2027. I feel differently. And I'm just going on feelings. That person might have some inside information. I have no idea who that person is. But, like I said, I'm just putting out what the frequencies are hitting me with. And I just share it. Born when two become one. How do I feel about XOR's supply rising? I'm put it like this. It has an infinite supply. Just like loan and just like XPR. So that being said, I love it. I love XOR. I love it. Let the price rise. I don't care. I'll keep dollar costing. I'll keep throwing $5 at it. So, I got a bag. I ain't selling XOR. I'm just going to keep buying. If that's a flop, then that's a flop as well too. But I cannot deny the red ball. I cannot deny the red ball. XOR is the red ball to me. I've seen movies. I keep seeing other just codes, just like coded in my face, the red ball. Then Back to the Future. It was in Escape to New York. Oh man, where it was other places too. I don't know. I just keep seeing that red ball. Excuse me. And XOR is in my sight. That's another coin. XOR, XPR, loan. These are tokens with infinite supply. And for whatever silly reason, I love all three of them. I love all three of them. It could be that XOR is getting a big supply because it's supposedly tapped into CBDCs. Supposedly it's going to be used for UBI. So, yeah, the Iraqi dinar. I'm not too good with foreign currencies. There's other people that speak about it. There's one guy, Doctor something. Let me see if I can see him on here. Come on, lady, pop up, man. I hate when they do that. I should have just played that shit. I was trying to see that person. Dr. Aaron? Look up Dr. Aaron. He speaks about the dinar a lot. He's always coming up with dates and stuff like that, and how sports is showing dates and the dinar reset. Dr. Aaron. You can look him up. Yeah, Dr. Aaron. Yeah, I don't know. Just trying to see if I can still find that video. I'm not going to find that video. Now that I'm like heavily looking for it, I'm not going to come across it. That's just the way the Matrix works, man. It'll wind up popping up right after this video. That's what happened. And if so, then you know what? I'll just fucking come right back on here and I'll just throw it on. Regardless who's watching. Damn, it was just such a great video from just the beginning that I'm just like on the hunt right now. You know what? For some strange reason, they keep talking about this 96 Blizzard, man. They keep talking about this 96 Blizzard. I guess it was 30 years ago, but shit. The storm is coming, maybe. A freeze. You know, it's got a lot of nice places, man. It's Costa Rica. Costa Rica. I'm not going to find this lady. That's it. Just got to be done with it. Except that I'm not going to find it. And if I do, we'll just come back again. That's it. What can I do? What I'll do is I'll come back on here and I'll do that decode on the hook. That's going to be my next video. The X hook. I'm going to get that shit right. Make sure I got all my pictures on this phone. So when I come on here, I can show you what I found. Show you what I found. It's actually on this phone. I got to take it from this phone and move it over to the other phone. And then we going to get cracking, baby. But that hook is connected to XPR. Elmo! Let's see. Also just posted. GM account stands for gray mass and doesn't recommend using it as they halted development and have not updated but to use WebAuth. Well, it is what it is. I know I got my wife's wallet on there, and I got all her coins basically into the GM account that I shifted over. So, whatever. I got some in the GM, and then I got some in the WebAuth. So, whatever goes, we'll have something. We'll have something rocking. Don't see anything else, man. This guy, what's this guy's name? The Parenting Experience. Let's see. Rat and horse, not actually enemy at all. Okay. Fucking legs are hurting. Ashton talks about it too. They eat and sleep in the same quarters. But he just ended all the conspiracy around Anchor. He said those options are going to web off to change owner key. Birth certificate is the dead cake. You're not the dead cake. That's for sure. That's for sure. This is what I will say. When you get your birth certificate through the state, you know, if you ripped up that birth certificate, they can prosecute you, supposedly. That's government-owned documents. But did you ever get a letter stating that you can use that document? Because that document is not owned by you. It has your details on it by what they know you from. But did you ever get a letter stating that you have authority to use that document? Because obviously you don't own it. If you rip it up, you can get in trouble. So if I can get in trouble by ripping it up, that means that somebody else owns it. And if somebody else owns it, that means that you would need permission to use that certificate. And then, like if somebody is requesting payment from you in capitals, right? Letter. You could state, well, who are you looking for? Are you looking for an entity, a business, or are you looking for a living man or person? Because then you ask them, the way you mailing this out looks like you're looking for a company, not a living man. And if that's the case, then you need to send it to the right person. Be like, I cannot connect myself to that entity name is because I do not have permission as of yet. Then you tell them, I call up the birth certificate place. I ask them, I need a letter stating that I have permission to use this document. They can't do that. Then you call the other people on the other hand and be like, I'm sorry, but if I can't state that this is me, I am the living man. Are you looking for the living man or woman, or are you looking for somebody else? Because they're looking for a trust, right? Because that's why it's all in capitals. And then when that happens, you say, well, you're looking for a settlement, right? You want this to be settled. Obviously, you're contacting the person with this entity name because you're looking for a settlement. If that's the case, then mail it to the person that owns the trust. I don't own the trust. I don't own it. So if you're looking for the settlement, then send it to the right person. But yet, most people won't speak up and they'll just send money anywhere and everywhere. Oh, you were trying to post it up here? You can try to post it up here, Valence. I'm just going to call you VR from now. I think I've been saying that last name wrong this whole time. Looking like a Jafuli. Go to bitch hoot. Oh man, they're doing that to you. They did that to me on Starship's video. I can't comment on his videos anymore. I can see everybody else commenting, but I can't comment anymore. What'd I do with that pen? What'd I do with that pen? You know, I'm just gonna take a screenshot, I guess. There we go. Brilliance with a V. Villiance. Vriarliance. Fuck that shit. VR, that's it. Got a nickname, baby. So go to Bitchhoot. All right. Something to look at, baby. Something to look at. These motherfuckers are keeping all types of information from us. I'll type it up. I'll take screenshots. I think that's it. I think I'm calling my partner over here bullshitting. I think they're almost finished. I helped them over there set up and everything. But you know, can't have 3 people working at the same time. Yeah, well, it came a little late. We've been out here for over an hour and a half. Just bullshitting. He's talking about this and that. Maybe you'll find some gems in there. Maybe you won't. Have a look. Put it on two times speed. Watch the video in about 45 minutes. On that note, peeps. You know what? I would have played it on here, and I would have actually played it for everybody, but let me see if I can get it back on YouTube. It won't let me from this phone. These mother effers are just blocking me. And they're still trying to tell me to update my app, and then when I press update, it doesn't do anything. Just sits there on a blank screen. This mother effers, man. Anyway, I'll watch that video on there, and if anything, I'll come back and pop up. See what's up. I'll look up. Before I go, I just want to make sure. So I'm looking up what? That Gato bitch hoot. And then I'm going to look up placenta. Would you just type there, V? Take care, Claude Vids. Curtis Kalabach. All right. I'll have a look. I have to get off here, though, to have a look. This is the only phone I can use to go look at YouTube, so I'll check it out. Appreciate everybody's comments and participating and all your helpful comments out here, pushing us to the right direction. As we've seen, ain't shit gonna happen until 2027. Marshall's talking about fuck your GM wallet, be careful, WebAuth all the way. What else they saying here? All right, I think I covered most of this. I think I got everybody's comment in here. Beautiful, guys, beautiful. Excuse me. Ladies and gents, if I do come across that video again, best believe I'm going to jump on here and just play it, regardless who's on or what. Can't let that gem get away again. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And don't forget, if you want to join that yacht party, send your $17 over to WebAuth wallet. If you like. If not, it's all good. We'll still catch you on the other side. But if you want to catch me in the Mankini, it's going to cost you $17 today, baby, all the way up to the 26th of February. Oh, man. It's going to be a fucking real fun get-together. It's going to be a real fun get-together. There you go. Hi-ho silver all the way, baby. Let's get this motherfucking money. All right, peeps, I'm out of here. I'm going to go watch some videos and see if I come up with some more content and I'll hit you back. If not, You have a wonderful day. I love you all, and I'll be back soon. Peace out.